On Friday, Ohio University students gathered on College Green in silent protest of recent administrative choices. The group called their protest "Turn Your Back on OU Administration" and stood with their backs to Cutler Hall. Protesters intended to send a message of dissatisfaction with the OU budget.
I formed this Turn Your Backs to OU administration because I really don't agree with the allocation of funds here at OU, and I think that they need to be rebalanced, and also the issues regarding SB 5 I don't agree with. So I just wanted to keep the public aware and keep the knowledge out there, and I thought a silent protest would be a different change of pace, because we just had the vocal protest last week. So.
At the heart of this issue is the desire to reallocate the general fee. Many students hope that restructuring this fee will take money away from programs like intercollegiate athletics and give it to struggling academic programs.
Just the other day, the university administration actually released an official statement from their chief of staff, Becky Watts, stating more or less that they were in support of Senate Bill 5, and that's something that I don't think is acceptable for this area, and that I think that students should come here and stand and say to the university by way of a silent protest that, this isn't something that we're going to stand for.
At noon, 10 students gathered and stood silently in the snow. Student Senator Chris Wagner points out that reallocating the general fee may not solve these budget problems. For one thing, students would not be able to say how the money would be redistributed. Skimming money from the general fee may actually take money away from the very programs protesters hope to protect. Wagner is also concerned by the message that turning our backs on the university might send.
Events like this protest are, I think, only going to exacerbate that problem. Because what you're saying is, to me, what they're saying is, we don't want to be a part of this process. We disagree with what you're doing. It's like, so we're going to turn our backs to you. And what's the administration going to say to that? It's fine. Well, you're not listening to us, whatever. I mean, it's really increasing the rift. And I think at this point, while we may not agree with what the administrators are doing with our money, we need to figure out a way to get involved in the process.
Many OU students echo Chris's sentiments.
I mean, I'm all for their cause. I'm definitely against Senate Bill 5, and I'm definitely against the way the budget cuts are being held. But turning your back towards Cutler Hall doesn't necessarily send a message. I'm not entirely unconvinced that McDavis won't look out his window and say, why is everyone staring at College Gate? It's just an absurd way to go about it, and there are far better ways to make your opinion heard than being silent for an hour and turning your back towards the administration. It's ridiculous, and it only works on paper.
Despite the divided opinions, all involved agree that it is important that students continue discussing problems they see in the university administration.